I first learned who Niecy Nash can't talk.
Words are hard.
Niecy Nash. I first learned who she was when one of my friends was like, "Have you ever watched the show Clean House?"
I love it.
And I'm like, "No, I've not even heard of it." And she's like, "Oh, it's this show where this crew of people comes help hoarders unhoard their hoard."
Oh, unhoard. Uh-huh.
And so I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it." And she goes, "It stars Niecy Nash," and I was like, "I've heard of her, but I don't know who she is." Mm-hmm. And this was many, many years ago. So sat down one weekend, clearly before I had children, when I could sit down and watch TV for hours, and I sat down and watched an entire freaking marathon of Clean House. And the whole premise is Niecy and her crew would come in and tell you basically, "Bitch, you a hoarder. Mm-hmm. You crazy. You're a hoarder. Your house is a mess. Your life a mess. You a mess. Mm-hmm. Clear out your shit. Have a yard sale. Sell your shit. And however much money you get, we will match it in helping you kind of fix up your house."
Yep.
And of course, you have to fight tooth and nail with hoarders to get this piece of garbage is very precious to me. You know, it was given to me by my dad. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Niecy also did the counseling of the hoarders. She was brilliant. I mean, brilliant. I was like, I want her to be my counselor.
Right.
I would listen to Niecy.
Oh my god, anything she said to me.
And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, Niecy. My house a mess. Now, what's funny is I'm not a hoarder, never been a hoarder. But after watching this whole marathon of Clean House, what I do, I went and cleaned out. I was like, I need to get rid of stuff. I don't want to end up a hoarder someday.
I'm going to be a hoarder.
Cleaned out. I took 3 truckloads of stuff to be donated.
And your house was empty.
Got rid of all the furniture. Mm-hmm. No, but whatever. And I know, once again, this is not where we were headed, but Niecy Nash. Watch anything she's ever done. Everything she's done. Because
listen, she was even in this amazing campy show called Scream Queens that has
Jamie
Lee Curtis,
I actually did
Roberts,
see that.
Ariana Grande, Lea Michele. She has everybody, but it's
right.
so
She's also in Reno 911.
Oh my god, which also so cheesy, so
and
bad.
Claws.
So all of them, so good. All of them were so good. Wait, she was in something else. I can't remember.
I don't know if you've seen it, but they're Claws, I believe, is it on TNT? I don't know what network it's on, but whatever network it's on made a little kind of wrap up of Claws, where they had drag queens playing the actresses on Claws and so they were like 3-minute videos where it's like a very short little here's what happened last time on Claws. Bob the drag queen played Niecy Nash.
I'm obsessed with that.
Right.
Okay.
I don't remember who all was it, but Jinx Monsoon played Carrie Preston's part. I love. And it was so funny because it's like, obviously none of these people.
No.
I think Valentina was one of the characters.
How funny.
Yeah. I think Jasmine Masters was also one of them.
Oh, Jasmine.
Hilarious.
And
it's like, you can get the entire plot in the 3-minute little video with these queens play. Brilliant.
I love that. But yeah, Niecy Nash. Anyway.
Yeah. That probably is a good spot to stop for just a moment and take a little break, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we are back. One of the other movies I was going to talk about and I'd kind of gotten sidetracked, which is so unlike me, is the movie Mandingo. Mm-hmm. And that movie is the story of this black man who, it's based on this series of books that are like Harlequin romances, but they're specifically where the main character is this beautiful black man and has been fetishized by white women. But it was a very, very successful movie, and I did not know until you just told me, 5 seconds ago, that was also the name of a porn star.
Yeah, he just then went on to... there was a man who took on the name Mandingo, and he was a large black man with also a large phallus, and his whole gig was sleeping with white women. That was the whole...
So sleeping. So there was some rest. I bet those... I bet they didn't get any rest. They just napped in the afternoon.
Right.
And cuddled up with this nice man.
Right. And it is like...
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm. It was good times. Good. Girl, it was an arm. It's horrifying slightly, but yeah, porn star was like, you know what? I'm going to take that name. Famous. And he was.
And he was. Well, good for him.
Do it. Do your thing.
Good job, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God, that's so funny because and I did not do that intentionally, but that leads me right into like, Tales from the Drag Closet.
Do it.
So, about 100 years ago, actually it was about 20 years ago, I had just started dating my now husband of almost 20 years. And on this day, not on this day in history, on this day of this story, I had a show to do at the college down in Corvallis. And I was working my normal job at the hair salon, went home for lunch, and I promise you this all does tie in. Went home, on my way back, and I lived just a couple miles from the salon. Went home for lunch. On my way back, some idiot pulls out of a parking lot, T-bones the side of my car. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, ugh. And then, of course, I was like, great, I have to go to work. I have to drive to Corvallis and do this gig tonight in my now trashed car.
Hate it.
And I hate to say it, but the one place I really am kind of a drama queen in my life is you fucked with my car. And then I'm like, my car is ruined.
I'm sorry, anything happens to anything of yours where I gotta throw it away. It's broken. Yeah, it's broken. I don't want it.
That is true. Mm-hmm. That is true. Anyway, go back to work the rest of my day, go home. He and I both go, not the guy that hit me, but my now husband. We go to this gig in Corvallis. Fun time. Loved doing gigs there. Had the best time. On the way home, Mom was hungry. Because I just did this several-hour gig after driving several hours, and then I'm going to drive home an hour and a half, whatever it is. And something about being in drag, it just always makes me hungry. Mm-hmm. So I was all, could we stop somewhere and get some food, like the little, whatever, little AM, PM, stop and go kind of nonsense roadside market. So we pull off the highway, and I had him drive because I was too traumatized from my accident earlier.
Mm-hmm. Also, and it was in drag. And
it was in drag. My hair is too big. Mm-hmm. I had to lean back a little bit. I couldn't see. Anyway, so he is driving, and I said, could you pull in somewhere? I just need some food. Something healthy, like from the gas station.
Like a hot dog.
Right. I need a hot dog, maybe some chips, soda. Health food. And so he does. But as we are pulling into the gas station, he's pulling into a parking spot. Not going to get gas because I filled up already. He's pulling straight into this parking spot, and this girl who was in the next spot starts to back up and then swings around, backs her car into the other side of my car. She couldn't even hit the side that was already hit. No. She backs into the other side of my car and jumps out of her car and is immediately followed by what looked like a freaking clown car.
25 sorority sisters.
25 sorority girls got out of her little tiny car. I swear it must have been at least 8. But I don't know how many it was. Steam was rolling out of my ears. I was so angry. And I was like, you are going to have to go over and take care of this. I can't. I'll kill somebody. Mm-hmm. I will choke out a little white girl.
Probably all of them.
Probably all of them. Maybe all of them. I was that angry. So I stayed in the car. He went over to talk to him, and girl jumps out of her car. She's like, oh my God, dude. I didn't see you, dude. Dude, are you okay, dude? Is your car okay, dude? Dude, I didn't even know you were there, dude. And oh my God, is that your wife, dude? Is she okay, dude? And I am not exaggerating as to how many times she said dude, because for the next 6 months, I called my husband dude, because it was so freaking funny, that part of it, that portion of it. And she's like, oh my God, dude, could you maybe not report this to my insurance, dude, because I've had so many accidents, they're going to cancel me. And it's like, well, bitch, maybe you shouldn't be driving. Perhaps. And she's like, is your wife okay? And he's like, do not go over to my car and talk to her because she is not happy. Mm-hmm. Someone hit her on the other side of her car today. Do not go talk to her. But did she listen?
No.
No, stupid little white girl walks over to my car. And it was a nice evening, so my window's down because we're sitting still. My window's down because ordinarily, my window would be up with the air conditioning on because I don't want my hair to get a mess. And she walks over to my side of the window. She goes, oh my God, are you okay? I understand this is your second car accident today.
Dude.
And then she says to me, and this is where I want to choke her out. If I was I don't know, more springy, I would have sprung out of my car and choked her to death. But she says to me, "Did you look at your horoscope today?"
I'm dead.
Oh my God, maybe you should have just stayed home. And that's when I said, "Bitch,
You
get
better
away from my car now."
Mm-hmm.
And she just she looked at me like I was kidding. And I
LOL,
said,
do you want me to read you a horoscope?
I'm like, "Look at my face.
Yes, bitch.
This is not the face of a happy woman, and I'm not joking."
Did the stars tell you today that this bitch was going to kill you?
Right. To quote Miss Coco Montrese, "I ain't joking, bitch."
No,
I was like, "I want to kill you right now."
No.
And I think finally she paid a little bit of attention, saw the look on my face, and walked away from my car.
And was like, "Ooh, there's a demon in there, girl."
Right. Went back over and talked about it. Dude.
But I need
she
you
is not
to know
happy
something.
to
I have
her.
known this story since forever. But one of the things that always pops in my head every single time you tell it now is the clown car full of girls.
Yes.
And the girl, main girl one kept saying dude over and over. I just imagine the other dozen girls behind her just milling, going, dude, 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 dude.
Like little chickens walking in
they're
circles.
the seagulls from Finding Nemo with mine.
Oh my God,
without
mine,
dude,
mine,
dude,
mine,
dude,
dude,
dude. Like
dude,
all they
dude,
can
dude.
dude.
I think that might be the only word they knew.
They just like mill and bump into each other. dude.
I will now never say that story any other way, that they're just like slamming into each other. Dude.
Yep. Get the chickens back in the car. We gotta go. That would be.
Round them up and head them out.
Exactly.
We're taking them to the chicken plucking for. I don't know where they're taking them.
That is a very sad story, but it's like good.
They all
now.
had it coming.
Mm-hmm. They all did have it coming, but
I don't care.
no.
I have no cares.
A lot of our stories are that though, where something happens and then it becomes one of our lifelong inside jokes.
Right.
Much like your husband.
What's fun, I think the funny kind of ending to that story is she did say, like, "I will pay for any damage out of pocket," which really meant Daddy will pay for it.
Daddy. Yeah.
And she's like, because really, I mean, it's just a little dent in your fender. It's not a big deal. When I called Daddy, when I got, my car.
Hello, Daddy.
I was like, "Here's the estimate."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "What? She told me it was just a little bump and that should," and I was like, "You know what? I'm at the body shop. I will just put you on the phone with Mr. Man, who looked at my car." And Mr. Man said, "Yeah. Your daughter's little bump in this car is $2,700.
Hey.
Yeah, so maybe
How do you
should
like that, Brittany?
Maybe you should get your girl off the road.
Yeah.
Just perhaps.
Or maybe just teach her how to drive.
Maybe.
Maybe she can't.
Or
Her
tell her
brain's-
to leave all the other chickens at home.
Yes, girl. Her
All
whole
the little
brain.
bobbleheads.
Her brain's full of just dude.
See, but I'm also now picturing it like those punching that you punch and they bounce back up, just kind of wobbling.
Just
back
all
and
of them in the
forth.
parking
All
lot.
of them just
Dude.
wobbling.
Dude. I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed too.
I love it.
Now it should be. I want to make it into a short film. Listen, so if you want any more information on any of the stuff that we talked about today, it's all available on Google.
Google.
Google it.
A
Google is your friend.
Googletron.
Blaxploitation films.
Yeah.
Any of the things. I mean, they're all
Documentaries
there.
about black folk. Jordan Peele.
If
If you just want to watch black films, I'm going to tell you something. All you have to do, go to Google and type black films, and it will break it down for you. It'll be like,
Right.
here are all these ones made in the 21st century. Here are all these ones from the 90s. Here are all these biopics. Like, it's...
Oh, you didn't get around to talking about Carmen Jones.
I didn't, but that's okay.
That's all right. That can be a story for another day.
Yeah, Carmen Jones. That was just like a mystery. Carmen Jones.
Carmen Jones. What was she going to say about it? You may never know.
Or you can just Google it.
Or Google it.
There's that.
You can Google it. Dorothy Dandridge. Amazing.
Dorothy Dandridge. But my favorite, there's a rendition of this movie called Carmen Jones. Musical movie called Carmen the Hip Opera from 2001. It stars Beyonce and Mekhi Phifer. When I was a child, it was everything I wanted to be. So go and watch that. And then maybe, if you feel like it, go watch
It was starring
Carmen Jones.
the goddess,
Uh-huh.
Beyonce.
And Mekhi Phifer.
And Mekhi Phifer. Who's,
So again,
no sad shakes. Mekhi Phifer was the hottie.
However 12 I was, again, it was like, dibs.
Just saying.
He was in a lot of movies at the time. He was in O. About the movie. It was like the rendition of Othello. But
Oh,
also
right,
had Julia
right.
Stiles. It was about him. I also wanted to be her when I was younger, so...
Julia Stiles.
For a hot minute.
Pasty white girl.
Because she was, like, again, the only white girl surrounded by, like, diversity. Except in, like, 10 Things I Hate About You. That was Heath Ledger. Who cares about that?
All right, so listen, that brings us to the end of yet another episode of